Oh, what to do, what to do. Well, I guess I'll push this back. Maybe I'll cut up some running boards there and just lengthen these suckers. We'll start with that. We got to get that done anyways, so either I'll lengthen these back, so I don't know if I'll butcher something up. I have numerous running boards to work with here. So, and the one side I got to change out because the passenger side, the running board's like been sideswiped or something's happened there. So I'm going to switch that one out to a good running board, and I'll probably cut the back of this one off and extend one of the other running boards. Guess we'll get started. I think what I'm actually gonna start, which is what I should have done a while ago already, is starting to build these cab mount, this rear cab mount and box mount. Those are two things that need to be done, so may as well get them out of the way, get them over with, and then we can move on to cool stuff. Well, I'm a complete scatterbrain tonight. I got about 3 things going on and I can't decide on one. I'm going to try to make the motor mounts and the box mounts are, forgive me, that's going to happen tonight. But whatever's left of this junker, I still want, like I have the shift boots. I'm going to take this back seat out and see if I can make it work. And I had a few bits. I had a steering brace for the other truck and some other stuff in here that I needed out. I needed out. Might even look at the battery boxes. If they're... Nah, these are junk. But anyways, seat. And I just had to get a few bits out of the truck. And then this thing can go to the scrap. Well, first I fill it with scrap, and then it goes to the scrap. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie, that was a little bit of effort taking that seat out. Well, not really, it wasn't that much. But it, well, she don't fit. So, that's cool, I guess. I guess I will gut her for her foam to use for something and throw it back in the truck for scrap. Oh well, at least I got my few little bits I needed out of there. And the rest is gonna go to junk. So yeah, I'm gonna get that in there. I'm gonna clean up a bunch of scrap around the shop anyways, throw that in there and move on to my body mounts again that I keep saying I'm gonna do. And I just go full squirrel. Well, I've been kind of welding up the running boards and stuff on here. I kind of have the cab mount is done, but I haven't got to the box side. I was working on this till my welder broke, to which I think I fixed it. It's working again. So I'll have to finish up the rest of the running board brackets that I have welded to the frame. So I'm working on that. I was helping Rolly there working on his truck, so we kind of got the gauges. We kind of modified and mucked around with the gauges, so we kind of got those going on his truck. Or his wife's truck. So, yeah. Put a little kink in my evening, but that's all good. So, I guess that's where I'm at. And, yeah. Be back at her tomorrow night. Well, that should work. See, the guy's pretty hard pressed to throw stuff away when you can reuse it everywhere. I'm gonna get that marked up, tacked in, just so I have a front mount for the box. Like I said, I have the other mounts over midway, but I originally had one in the front, had one midway, and had one in the back. So this is just my, I'm gonna get 2 of these, drill them, and then I can bolt the front of the box now like it's supposed to. So both running boards are on now. This is the good one, even though it has a little dent. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna make this piece. I was gonna cut up the other running boards, but I'll save the other ones for the that panel. So what I'm basically gonna do is just mirror this piece to the fender, make it bolt onto the fender, which will be nice because it'll give it a little extra brace strength too, so it's not a little wobbly there. Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty straightforward. This thing hangs just below the running board, but that'll be fine. I'll still be able to bolt it into that section in there, or I'll leave it loose. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, I want to fill this gap, so that should be straightforward. That'll be a straight cut. Then I still gotta make my battery boxes, so that'll probably be, it's 9 o'clock. I'll do these first, see where I get. Might try to do the battery boxes. I still have to patch the floors in here. Haven't got to that yet. So I still got to make these. There's an inner structure that I cut when I sliced it, so I got to rebuild that. And then I got to add to this, make a filler for there. And I don't care that there's a step here, but I got to basically weld this up and then seal it up. So how far I get, I don't know yet. We'll start with one thing, and I know I want to do the running boards. That's first, then the battery box, then the floor. How many of those get done tonight? I don't know, but let's see how far I get. Well, that's done. I'm not going to finish the lines into it. It's good enough for what it is, what I want it to be. I was going to make it bolt on, but then I was like, why would I want to unbolt it? Something's broken, so if I wanted to take that off, so I was like, whatever. I'll weld it on. Got the slight boo-boo there. Like, you know, there's a bit of a dip, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. I didn't use anything really special tools or anything to do it. It was literally, I just kind of used the running board to bend it. Piece of pipe to do. I started it on there. It didn't work out great. Took a piece of pipe on the workbench like you saw. I just bent it over. I did this in a break, but I should have probably done all this and then marked it and then bent it, but whatever. It's okay. You know, you can't really see it. It's only like a knee level high. There's going to be a lot more stuff going on, so it's fine. I'm happy with it. You know, there's not a lot of time put into that. It's what? I guess I got a little over a half hour probably total doing it, so it's not terrible. Because it's, yeah, it must be a half hour, a little over a half hour. So the other side should go a little quicker now. I know what the heck I'm doing. So yeah, just goes to show you don't need a whole lot of special tools really to do this stuff. I could have done this without the brake. You could have just hammered it over or done something else, but so, and these are this steel I'm all using, some recycled. My neighbor has like I guess he does like furnaces or something, and I guess they always have these panels they don't use, so he gives them to me. They're heavy gauge like the running board, so win. So that's like a $0 item. I'm gonna have to flip some bucks though when I come to doing the splash apron. I'm gonna have to bust open a new sheet of steel to do that one, so that'll be like my first real purchase there coming up. Yeah, well, I guess I'll start on the other side now, or I'll just do the other side. I don't think I'll go through it with you. Kind of got the gif of it there. So that one I'll just hammer through. That'll get done, and then I guess I'll, if it's not too late, I'm going to start the battery boxes. Well, even knowing what I'm doing, the other side still took just as long. I'm going to start building the battery box. I don't actually have any batteries, but I'm going to base it on this thing. So it's like 1 foot by 6.5. Oops, let me do this. It's going to be 1 foot by 6.5, so I'm going to base it on those batteries. Judging by the stock battery box, which there's no real way of trying to mount that to the frame, so we're going to do it an angle iron frame that I can hold the battery, and from there I'll have like a gusset up, then I can just have a corner. Oops, man, can't see. Oh, there we go. I'll have an angle iron with a bracket, like, you know, I'll be able to do an angle iron doodad to hold the battery on. I'll show you when I get there. For now I'm going to just build the bases that I can put in there, so that way tomorrow I can focus on making those splash aprons for the whole truck. Well, this is my weapon of choice for building battery boxes. I don't recommend it for anything structural. But for a battery, it'll be fine. Yes, it's a bed frame. You can always get lots of it. It's pretty cheap. Well, it's usually free. That's the win. Anyways, we'll get this cut up into usable pieces and we'll start building the battery box. Well, got my battery box mounted. Tried drilling the holes, but being bed frame, that's all spring steel, and that is just the most miserable stuff to try to drill. So I'm just gonna blow the holes with the plasma. But I'll wait till I get my battery anyways, because the idea there is I'm just gonna have a piece of angle iron that goes across and it'll hold the battery in the box. So I guess I'm good to go. Tomorrow I'm gonna start up these splash aprons, which I don't know. I think it'll be pretty easy for the most part. But we'll have to wait till tomorrow. Oh, I'll have to modify these two yet. I wouldn't mind these to be straight. It'd be nice. Not that it really matters, but for myself, I'd like it to be straight, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's it for tonight. Till tomorrow. So I got a sheet. This is pretty light stuff. I think it's like 22 gauge or 20 gauge, something like that. Not that thick, but it's nothing structural. So basically, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it in two pieces. I'll have to figure a way to structurally make it strong underneath yet. But see how the panel kind of has it kind of does a curve, which I'm okay with. So I can make it as one piece here that'll go up under the truck. I don't know if I'll angle it. It'd be kind of nice if it was rounded, but we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to do one piece there up to the top, and then I'm going to make this one removable. So that way I can get at my batteries and stuff like that. That would be the perfect scenario. And whatever, this is another straight piece, so I'll just have it kind of transition under the doors here. I probably should fix this up because I did want this semi-straight, so I'll probably do that first. And will I? Nah, I'll do this first. I'll make this piece, see if I can figure this out. Well, this piece didn't fit in my brake, so I had to improvise. So what I did, you don't really need 2 pieces of angle if you got a good workbench, but I did it anyways. I put a piece of angle iron down, mostly because the edge of my bench isn't square. So it gave me something good to measure off of. And then I did whatever I had to do. I measured off, I did 1 inch. So I put 1 inch off the edge, lined this one up with that panel, and then I just slowly worked your way back and forth hammering it. I didn't want too crisp of an edge because it's just gonna kind of have a nice transition from the running board over. It's kind of my plan. I'd like to bolt it on there. Maybe spot weld. Nah, I'll bolt it on so I can take it off. But yeah, so you know, it's not perfect, but nothing on the truck is, so it'll be fine. Now the plan is I'm going to set it up on there. I'm going to have to trim the back yet. I may have already screwed up. I didn't compensate for the fender. Did I measure the bottom or did I measure the top? I measured the bottom. So clearly I screwed up already before I even started. Because this has to go follow the top of my fender. And I measured to there. So I made this panel short by this much already. Dang it. We'll fix it. We'll make it work. Or I'll put this one on the passenger side. So I don't have to stare at my boo-boo. We'll find out. Anyways. Okay, now I'm going to try to do... I want around wherever this box is, I want it to come out sort of flush with this. So kind of, this almost goes straight. No, it'll probably come at a bit of an angle. I'll probably get to go at a bit of an angle and then I want it to curl. So it's not a very tight radius I need. We'll figure this out. Yeah, let's figure it out. So from my measurement, I go from here, the top of the running board, to here. I want it to be 10 inches, like 10 inches at the top of my bend. So how big do I want my bend? That's the question. Actually, the bigger question is, what do I have that's that length? I know I have steel outside, but this is a kind of a nice looking transition. And I believe this is just an old drive shaft. Not quite long enough, but that's a nice transition, eh? So all I know is by the time this curve, this is the top of my curve, so we almost have to take that and roll back till we have to do, we're going to experiment, but what I'm going to use is some welding wire that's really cheap. Welding wire? Yeah. Let's do this curve and then I can figure out where I'm going to clamp this pipe to the steel that I can do a hand form over. Small bit of a struggle, but it wasn't too bad. It's a little squarer than I want, but because of the 4-inch stack, it might just work. This is my boo-boo. See? Measure the top. That's all good. We can fix it. I gotta go back a little anyways, because where I wanted to bring it, see how the curve is starting down here already? So, I think I can save it. Looks a little chunky though. Under the door, but I'll maybe step this up so it comes up underneath here yet, so you can't, she's a little bulky, but like, there's no point putting a step in it. I know people are going to say that. Maybe at some point I put a storage box of some kind, but for now, I'm leaving it simple, clean. Okay, well, I'm going to trim this up so this thing butts up against the box, or close to it. Looks like I got about 4 inches or something I can give her, and then after that I'm going to have to make a filler, because that'll be close to where I wanted that panel to be. So, let's start with that. A little sliver at a time till she tucks up. Technology, my GoPro screwed up, so I wanted to show what I was doing here. This is for under the cab, so I'm trying to get this straight. I don't want a tight curve, so I kind of bent this by hand. But what I did is I put my angle iron across the back so I can get my marks the same. I clamped both sides. I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence. I should have maybe put a piece of angle on top or something just to hold this. I'm not too worried, it's all under the cab anyways, but anyways, then I just proceeded to push this over. That gives me a round edge versus the hammer. Hammer will give you a sharp edge. So I did that. I got that going, so that's good. What I'm going to do now is, just to give this panel a little bit of strength, I'm just going to fold a 1/2 inch or so. I'm just going to hammer the edge over. So I'm going to do the same idea and hammer that edge, and then we'll see how it fits. I might have to trim this because this is a little long, but we'll see. Cool. I'm pretty happy with that. This piece I'm going to make bolt on. I'm going to do the old cardboard CAD there. I'm going to draw me a template of this as it sits. This is going to get tucked in a little more, kind of coming out right now, like it's kind of doing this. I want it out and under, so this sits underneath a little better. I don't want to move it because it's going to knock everything off at this point. But under the cab is nice now. Like you look, it just looks clean. There's just metal rolled up underneath. So now when I make the front piece, it'll be removable, and I'll be able to come over, and then I'll just have it bolt on the front, and then I'll probably, no, too late. When I extend this, then I'll make it follow up here. I don't know if I'll bolt it onto the fender on this one. Maybe. I'm just imagining things are going to move and it's going to get noisy. Clickety clunk. So I might come up, I might just build a structure that comes up and in, and then I can bolt it onto there, I can bolt it onto here, so I might have a second structure coming up. 'Cause I need somewhere to support this thing yet on the frame side, or I'll do it on the running board side. I don't know. I'll figure it out as I go. We'll build on the fly here. Neato. Well, there you have it. There is my vision, what I was going to do. Running board, splash apron. This cover, that one's a permanent fixture. This one is going to be removable. So it's going to have a couple bolts, like here and here. I'll have a bolt here and here. And then I can remove this panel to access the batteries. I'm going to do the same on the other side. But I think it looks pretty good. I could bead roll something in it, but I don't know if I will, because I might put some storage boxes or do something. There isn't really any decorative, well, I guess there is a bead around there. So I'm not sure, but I just don't know how to finish it up here if I did a bead roll. And I might want to put a toolbox at some point in here, so I'll wait on that, see what happens. So yeah, I'm going to first make the other side, and then I'll build some structure for the back and stuff. Well, we got this side all done. Doesn't look pretty here because we still got to bolter together, but and I got to make some kind of a panel or a bracing for it to hold everything together there yet, but I still need to make the piece back there to bolter together. But it's envisioning what I was thinking it was going to look like. Well, I think I'm going to call it an early night, but I think I'm going to leave it at this. Yeah. Maybe next time we'll get the stuff all bolted in properly and kind of figure out some other things, start working on the floor in the truck. But for now, thanks for watching. We'll catch you all later.